Kylian Mbappé was born on December 20, 1998, in Bondy, a poor suburb on the edge of Paris, France. The area was filled with apartment blocks, fast traffic, and not many dreams. But for Kylian, Bondy was the place where his story began. His father, Wilfried, was a football coach. His mother, Faiza, had played professional handball. They weren't rich, but they were full of passion, and they believed in their son. Even as a toddler, Kylian had incredible energy. He was always moving, running, kicking anything that rolled. People in Bondy say, before he could read, he could dribble. He wasn't a loud child. He was focused, serious. His eyes were always watching, learning. His heroes were not cartoons or singers, they were footballers. And one stood above all, Cristiano Ronaldo. Kylian covered his bedroom wall with Ronaldo posters. He copied Ronaldo's moves. He studied his free kicks. He didn't just want to be like Ronaldo, he wanted to become even better. From an early age, Kylian showed something special. Not just speed, but understanding. He knew where to run, how to control the ball, and when to pass. He wasn't just fast, he was smart. And when he ran, he flew. By age 6, Kylian joined his father's team, AS Bondy. He trained harder than any other kid. While others laughed and played, he focused. His father coached him, but never gave him special treatment. If he wants to be the best, his father said, he must train like the best. Kylian's speed was already insane. He could outrun kids twice his size. But what amazed coaches most was his attitude. He listened. He learned. He improved every day. At age 11, he caught the attention of Clairefontaine, France's national football academy. This place was for the best of the best, the same school that trained Thierry Henry and Nicolas Anelka. Kylian stood out immediately. Not just because he was good, but because he was serious. His friends played video games and stayed up late. Kylian watched match footage, practiced his dribbling in the dark, and followed Ronaldo's workouts. Big clubs across Europe noticed. At age 12, he was invited to trial at Chelsea FC. He wore a blue jersey and smiled like any boy. But inside he was already thinking big. I didn't come here to take photos, he told his parents. I came here to learn. Even at that age he knew his destiny was not to watch. It was to become. At age 14, Kylian chose to stay in France and join AS Monaco's youth academy. The club had a strong history of developing young talent, and it was close to home. He moved away from his family, lived in a dorm, and trained twice a day. He went to school in the morning, practiced all afternoon, and studied football at night. His life was not normal. But then again, he wasn't a normal teenager. By the time he was 16, he made his professional debut for Monaco's first team, becoming the youngest player to do so, breaking Thierry Henry's record. Fans noticed this skinny kid with lightning legs and a fearless heart. He didn't wait for permission. He took chances, ran at defenders, and scored with style. In one season he scored 26 goals, helped Monaco win Ligue 1, and led them to the Champions League semi-finals. At 18 he was already one of the most exciting talents in Europe. Real Madrid wanted him. So did Manchester City. So did everyone. But Kylian chose Paris Saint-Germain, PSG. Why? Because he had a mission. I want to win for my country in my country. And because PSG offered something else, the chance to play next to Neymar, the world's most expensive player, and to shine at home. In 2018, Kylian Mbappé was only 19 years old, still a teenager. But that summer he wasn't just a boy from Bondy anymore. He was the hope of a nation. France had a strong team, Griezmann, Pogba, Kanté, and now this lightning-fast kid wearing number 10. In the round of 16, France faced Argentina, Messi's Argentina. It was supposed to be Messi's show. But Mbappé stole the spotlight. He ran the full field, won a penalty, and scored 2 goals. The world was shocked. Reporters said, "We are watching the birth of a superstar." In the final, France played Croatia. Mbappé scored again, becoming only the second teenager in history to score in a World Cup final. The first was Pelé 60 years earlier. France won the World Cup. Millions filled the streets of Paris. Fireworks, flags, tears. And there, in the middle, was Kylian, smiling, holding the golden trophy, still just a kid. He didn't scream or dance. He stayed calm. And later, he donated all of his World Cup earnings, over $500,000, to a children's charity. "I don't need the money," he said. "I play for my country for love." After the World Cup, Mbappé became a global superstar. He was on magazine covers. He signed big brand deals. People called him the future of football. But fame is not easy, especially when you're still growing up. Suddenly, everyone had something to say. Every miss, every mistake, every gesture, on the field or on Instagram, was judged. Compared to Neymar. Compared to Messi. Compared to Ronaldo. "They want me to be perfect," Mbappé once said. "But I'm still learning." He stayed focused. Trained hard. But he also began to speak more. Not about football, but about equality, education, and justice. He started a charity to help kids in Paris. He visited schools. He paid for school trips. He reminded young people that dreams don't care where you come from. Still, the pressure kept growing. And in Euro 2020, it all exploded. It was the round of 16. France versus Switzerland. The match ended in a draw. It went to penalties. Mbappé stepped up, the 5th and final penalty for France. He shot. The goalkeeper saved it. France was out. And just like that, the golden boy became the target of hate. Online, the abuse came fast and loud. Thousands of racist messages. Comments about his skin, his background, his family. He stayed silent for a few days. Then he spoke. "I will never apologize for being me. Racism has no place in football or anywhere." He didn't quit. He didn't run. He trained harder. He came back stronger. Because Mbappé understood something very deep. True greatness is not winning, it's rising after you fall. In 2022, just 4 years after his World Cup victory, Mbappé returned to the biggest stage, Qatar. Now he was not a young boy. He was a leader. France had many injuries. No Benzema, no Pogba, no Kanté, but Mbappé stood tall. Game after game he delivered. Goals against Australia, a brace against Poland, a stunning goal versus Morocco. Then came the final. France versus Argentina, a battle of legends. Mbappé versus Messi. For 80 minutes, France was losing 2-0. Then in just 97 seconds, Mbappé scored 2 goals and brought France back. In extra time, Messi scored again. But Mbappé wasn't done. In the 118th minute, he scored a hat-trick. Only the second player in history to do so in a World Cup final. It went to penalties. Mbappé scored his. But France lost. He sat on the grass, alone, exhausted, looking into the distance. He had given everything and still lost. But the world didn't blame him. In fact, they admired him more. He won the Golden Boot, the top scorer of the tournament. And once again he walked off the pitch, not just a player but a symbol of strength and pride. Off the field, Mbappé is quiet, almost shy. He doesn't throw wild parties. He doesn't argue with referees. He doesn't chase attention. Instead, he reads. He studies. He works with charities. He speaks French, English, and is learning Spanish. He supports organizations like UNICEF, Doctors Without Borders, Foundation Kylian Mbappé. His own program helping children follow their dreams through sport and education. He often says, My fame is a tool. I want to use it for something good. He also talks openly about being a child of immigrants. His father is from Cameroon, his mother from Algeria. People try to divide us, he once said. But I am proof that France is beautiful because it is mixed. He doesn't shout about justice, he shows it quietly through action. Now in his mid-20s, Mbappé has already won a World Cup, played in 2 finals, scored more goals than most legends did in their whole careers, and yet, he says he's just getting started. He dreams of winning the Champions League, maybe with PSG, maybe elsewhere. He dreams of helping kids from tough places believe in themselves. He dreams of building schools. Maybe one day running a foundation larger than football itself. He wears no crown, but he carries great responsibility. The world gave me a gift, he says. Now it's my turn to give back. Kylian Mbappé is not just fast on the pitch. He's fast with his heart, his mind, and his mission. He is not just the future of football. He is the future of what a hero can be. Kylian Mbappe's story is not just about goals or trophies. It's about believing before anyone else believes in you, failing and standing up again, using your voice not to shout, but to lift others. Listen again to understand more deeply. In the comments, what did you learn from Mbappe's story? What inspires you most? Like, share, and subscribe for more real-life stories in simple English.